Private Tuck is a funny little podger with a smile, a funny smile.
Hi everybody, I'm the Certified History Nerd, and today I'm going to go over my entire collection, besides some minor things. And yes, this is a lot. So we're going to start on the floor where there's less things. So, first things first, we have a Confederate officer sword, as you can see from the engravings. It is a replica that I got on Amazon. Not really anything particular use for it, but, you know, still cool. So yeah, sword, sheath for it, or scabbard. My Airsoft M16A1 with an actual M16 sling. Then we have a uniform I haven't done. Oh, and also a lot of this stuff I haven't done videos on yet, but I will. Probably not tonight, but tomorrow I will. Well, maybe not tomorrow. But this is a Vietnam-era officer's dress uniform. We have, it's original too. We have the original tie, the original coat, original pants, and an original high-ranking officer, original officer's field cap. And this is pretty cool. It has the original name of the guy. So this original owner, his name was Russell S. Norris. We have company that made it, and it is a very nice hat. It is well, most like, I guess this is, I don't think this is technically wool, but then you got a lot of leather and other weird materials. We have the US button. I don't know what button this is. And down the jacket, each button here has the US symbol in the small pockets. Also have that along with the epaulet buttons. There was captain pins here, but I gave those to Grayson for his World War II US impression. Okay, now we're moving on to the bed. So there's a mix of originals and replicas. I tried to split it, but I just didn't have room. And I don't know what I'm going to do at the end of this year when I do a whole collection video. Probably going to have to move everything outside. So that'll be fun. But let's start here. So technically not mine, but my brother's, but he doesn't use it for anything. We have a original deactivated via the hole at the bottom. World War II pineapple grenade. This is a training version. And as all World War II grenades, it's marked Rex. Now, I don't know if that was a World War II thing or a post-World War II thing, but yes, this is deactivated. A Bible from my great-grandfather, dated 1916. It's in, the pages are in pretty good condition, the cover is not. But, yeah, still really cool to have, and it's a family thing, so. Then we have a World War II US mess tin that has been used by me. I don't think this is original, but it might be. I'm not too certain, though. Next, we have my uniform for Vietnam at the moment. I have the trouser belt, black with gold buckle. We have belt tags, which have everything. We have the white undershirt for early war, although this will be changed when I get a new uniform for Vietnam. We have the Type 2 utility uniform, or I think this is, so I learned this, so the uniforms for Vietnam are deviated like this. You have the Type 1 and Type 2. This is the utility version of said Type 2. I'll explain the differences in a little bit. Then there's the first, second, and third pattern jungle uniforms. I will be getting the third, because we're going to be doing mid-war impressions instead of early war. So we'll be doing 66 to 69. So this uniform will not be used after, yeah. The sleeves are tucked behind, but they are sergeant rank patches, 1st Infantry Division. We'll still be a part of the 1st Infantry Division, but I will be a staff sergeant, and I will hopefully have that uniform and all the patches soon. So look out for that video. We have, so the Type 1, there's actually a replica of it on What by Scroy, And basically, it's completely rectangular, and the buttons are actually different. So pockets are completely rectangular. The Type 2, which I originally thought was the first pattern uniform, but it's not, is like this because it has the same buttons, but it goes down a bit at an angle, straight at an angle, up. So a little different. I might put up reference. I'm gonna put up reference photos, but you get the point. Then we actually go to the actual jungle pattern uniforms, which is the first, second, and third. First has exposed buttons. The second covers up those buttons, but most of them have epaulets. However, those were removed. And the third pattern is just an improved version of said second pattern with no epaulets at all. So I will be getting a third pattern jungle uniform though for that. Now, not stepping on officer's uniform because that is a very nice uniform and I don't want to ruin it. We have my 80s uniform. We have the green undershirt, which I will use for World War II and Vietnam. Yeah. Oh, I also forgot to talk about the pants, but the pants are under here. And these are original too. Original jacket and original pants. This is a replica shirt. This is a replica. Forgot to talk about that. But anyways. Oh, and all the embroidery is replica as well. The jacket is original. I don't think the pants are. I think the pants are a replica, but the pants are underneath that. BDU uniform. Woodland camo. Yeah. Alright. We'll go back here. And we have the 1980s Model 64 equipment. So it has the Model 67 suspenders. And we have a Model 67 bandage pouch. This came disconnected. Hold on, let me reconnect this. These are original, I believe. Not the bandage pouch, though. I know the suspenders are, though. Because they're a little, as you can see, broken. But they attach to the ammo pouches. So we have... This one is original, I know this. But this one, I believe, is also original. Then we have canteen pouches, which I know one's original, the other one I don't know. But they're nylon. Everything here is nylon. We have the 67 belt, but it's the 80s version because it has the 80s buckle. Then we move on to my original Model 15 German canteen, or Feldflasche. It has a brown canvas cover, which I forgot to talk about, and I do have a replica 1907 over there, which I'll talk about, and I will do a comparison of the two from the 1907 to the 1915. There's a lot of comparison videos I need to do here. There's a lot of videos I need to do over stuff I have here in general. So there's a lot of videos I will be making, especially this weekend, so there will be a lot, okay? Just prepare for that. So yeah, original. My another original canteen is a World War II Pacific U.S. canteen and cover. Not much to talk about that. Then we move on to my M56 equipment from Vietnam. We have the H suspenders. We have the bandage pouch flipped upside down with an original bandage in there, which if you watch my Vietnam video, you'll see. We have those 20-round short magazines, which I will replace eventually with probably originals, but probably still 20 rounds because they are breaking. They are replicas. Everything here is replica except the holster for the 1911, ammunition pouches for 1911, and grenades. Oh, and the poncho. But so we have some 2 early war lemon grenades, 1911 ammunition pouch, 1911 holster, black one for Vietnam, 2 canteens with replica canteen covers with canteens. This one has an original World War II cup in it, though, dated 1944, which I will not pull out, but it's in there, trust me. We have my replica M56 67, or sorry, not M56 61 butt pack, but it's not actual 61 because it doesn't have a rubberized liner, but it is a 61 due to the name tag. Then we have my original poncho for Vietnam, which is dated 64. Then here I have 2 original World War II U.S. sergeant patches, which I will use for my World War II impression. Then we have an actual M67 belt, made out of nylon, of course, and this one, yeah, it's the actual one that still has the same flip mechanism as the M56 equipment belt, which is right here. This one's made out of canvas with a 3-hole stitch. This is a nylon 2-hole. Why did I say 3-hole stitch? Just 3 holes. Then we move on to something I haven't done. Gas masks. Yeah, I know, I need to do my video on gas masks. But I have my Model 15 replica German gas mask in the bag. We have the early war equipment belt, which needs to be replaced with a Prussian belt buckle, the actual early one. This one is a Bavarian one, but it is a pre-World War I one, and I accidentally bought that, and so I can't use it, but I will do Bavarian stuff, so I'm gonna have to get a Bavarian belt buckle. I'm gonna have to get a new belt. I'm gonna have to get a new bread bag, and the rest of the equipment, of course. The bread bag I have is no specific date, but it is just a World War I German bread bag-ish. Oh my, okay. Then we have my replica model 1907 Feldflasche with a wool cover. Then we have my original Gewehr 98 bayonet with the Gewehr 9805 Butcher Blade bayonet, and no, it is not the one with the saw blade, so it's not one of those. It is an infantry version, but it's a mid-war production due to the metal piece on the back with a replica frog. And I'm gonna have to bend very far back for this. Ugh. Then we have my original 1910 cartridge belt. Oh my gosh. Then we have my replica 1910-1917, or the updated 1917 cartridge belt for the United States from What Price Glory. Sorry, there's a dirt dog in my room. The 1910 replica bandage pouch. Oh my gosh. And then an original 1905 bayonet dated 1906 for the Springfield 1903 with a replica cover. Oh yeah, okay. Then we have my original World War I Sergeant US patch. I have a replica, I'm gonna just hold this. I have a replica World War II German Göffel, which is a fork and spoon mixed together. And this is dirty, it needs to be cleaned. But it just flips open and there you go. And this one has a dating for TSR, which is just the German dating, with 42, so symbolizing that this is a replica. However, if it was an original, that date would mean it was made in 1942, which is perfect for the German reenactment for World War II that I will be doing, since it will be 42 to 45, technically. Then I have a Gewehr 91 bayonet, or Carabiner 91 bayonet. I got this at the Museum of the American GI, my first spring event at the swap meet. It's just there. I like it though. Then we have a replica Stillhandgranate with a swastika symbol on the top, which I will not show. German on it. Some markings, and it is a replica. It cannot be used, of course. However, it does have a pull tab for the fuse, so you can technically pretend to pull the fuse if you want. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm talking a lot and way too quickly, but, you know, yeah. Then we have my Vietnam jungle boots, which are very dirty, but that's fine because it makes it look more realistic. However, this one especially is cracking a lot, so eventually I might have to replace these. But these have lasted me over a year, and hopefully they'll last me a couple more years. Then I have a tomahawk, which there's nothing to it. It's a tomahawk. We have original early World War II MB40 pouches with a sling. We have my replica 1917 German Leder mask. That's the gummy mask, although it's not an actual gummy mask because doesn't have a rubber liner, but whatever. This one is an actual Leder mask because it is made out of leather. It has the spider eyes on the inside, and of course they both have detachable filters. This one comes with the canister instead of a bag. There was a canister for that, but I do not have one. Those are both replicas, by the way. Then we have my replica French M2 gas mask, which is really nicely made. As it's correct, it has the leather and around the eye holes, but everything else is the canvas. And then there's the canvas carrying bag for it. Next, we move on to my M1 helmet, which I kind of ruined the cover a little bit trying to erase this. This is my M1 Vietnam helmet with an original liner and original chin straps, everything else being replica. And I think I screwed this area up, whatever. Then I have a replica World War II US Jeep cap, which I will use for World War II. Then I have a replica boonie hat with the short trim for Vietnam, which I will use for Vietnam. Then I have a pretty piss poor replica of a Fedmütze 1910 version with my own hand-painted Bavarian cockade. However, it's not very nicely painted because I'm not a very good painter. So I'm going to replace that, and it'll be from Hessen Antiques, so it'll be better quality, not only, but also they'll paint it for me. I just have to tell them that I want a Bavarian one instead of Prussian. Then we have, I believe to be an original, Soviet GP5 gas mask. And this is the only gas mask that actually genuinely fits me and is tight, because that one's too big, that one's too big, that one fits me, but it's too big. Those don't fit me in the sense of like the head straps are just not tight around my head because my head's not big enough. That one fits because of the elastic band, which I like a heck of a lot more, but around the circumference is not correct. And also I don't have them rubber lined, so they don't fit around my face like tightly. They're not made to really either. Then we have a Franco-Prussian Prussian pickle helmet, not original, replica. My weirdly very successful video-wise replica 1915 Belgian Adrian helmet, replica of course. I said that twice. Holy cow. Replica German Stahlhelm, don't know the model as it's not really accurate to anything. My replica Budenovka, which is not actually very accurate now that I've done research. I did actually see a replica of this specific one, but it's a replica. I've seen no original photos of this specific one, and also it would have a hammer and sickle pin in the star, so yeah. Then we have an M1 shell without liner, but with 80s chin straps and the 80s camouflage cover. And everyone, that's it. That's all I have. I've hurt my legs because I have to bend over my whole bed just to talk about anything. But yeah, so this is my whole collection. Right now, it will definitely grow by the end of this year, and I will do a video at the end of this year talking about everything I've collected over the year of 2023. That uniform will be replaced by a mid-war uniform. I will have my World War I U.S. uniform. I will hopefully maybe complete the World War II U.S. uniform. And maybe I might have some other small relics I've gathered. Because when I go to Army surplus stores like the one in spring, I never intentionally wanted to buy that, but I found it for a good price, and I was like, yes. And that's one issue. It's like, oh, it's not an issue, because it's nice to have these things. But, like, the only things here that are for uniforms are that will be in the future. No, yes, not anymore, no, kind of, oh, yes, that one, maybe. This is for uniforms, that's for uniform. Of course, the equipment's for uniform, but some of it needs to be replaced. That equipment's for uniform, the original one's not. Gifu is, this equipment is, that one isn't, that isn't. Patches are, that one's not, it's just an original. So original stuff I won't typically use. This is for a uniform, of course, the 80s uniform, and that can be used for World War II, although I'm a medic, so I won't use it. That will be, and, oh, whoops. I put that back. This won't be used for a uniform, sadly, it's just too broken. This is a uniform, but I won't wear it often. That's for a uniform, that is not for a uniform. So some things I might collect, like replica-wise, just because it's like, oh, cool replica. I mean, that's the whole reason I bought the Belgian Adrian helmet, but now I want to get every single helmet of World War I. I also kind of want to see if I can get every uniform of World War I. That's going to be a life. That's my lifelong goal. First off, get every helmet, and second off, get every uniform. Now, actually, I can replace that with a Bolshevik 1915 Adrian helmet, which I probably won't buy anytime soon, but maybe. It's on Amazon. So, yeah. Anyways, guys. I know I didn't talk about much history about these, but I will do history on each individual thing when I do videos on it. Now, if this video doesn't get striked, any weapons you see, I cannot do videos on, sadly. And I'll put a disclaimer in the beginning of this video about that. If this video does get striked, well then it gets striked, and I just can't do anything like this until I'm older, which would suck. But yeah, anyways, this is it. It's a lot for me, and now I have to go put all this up. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.
By Beaton, he's an awesome little dodger with a smile, a sunny smile.